Hey there. Listen, are you trying to figure out how you can go move abroad, but you feel like you financially strapped and you ain't got it? Well, if that's the case, this video is for you. I am going to break down some scenarios so that you could go live your best life, even if you are currently broke. Come with me. All right, y'all. Listen, I have had this topic come up a couple times in the last 2 weeks. Recently, my cousin sent me a message and said, "Hey, I got to get out of here. However, I'm broke and I need to file bankruptcy, and I'm gonna wait till I file bankruptcy. Then I'm gonna go live abroad." I said, "Girl, call me because what we doing?" And I was like, "Ma'am, help me understand this. Your financial situation where you currently are in the US has nothing to do with your new status somewhere else." Let me say that one more time. Your current situation in the US has nothing to do with your new status. Now, I am also going to preference this. I am not a financial advisor. I am not an accountant. I am not a lawyer. Do with this information what you so choose, but I am not responsible for any choices that you decide to make. All right? Okay. So listen, in most cases, if you move abroad, nobody is checking your credit. Nobody is coming for you and like asking you for all these financials, right? Unless you are applying for a visa or residency or citizenship, okay? Or buying property, they may ask for you to give proof of something, right? But in most cases, they're not. Now, I'm also going to preface this video saying I am not asking you or suggesting that you negate any of your financial responsibilities. She not doing that, don't you lie on her, because girlfriend is not. All right? But what I am saying to you is if you need to revamp, reset, move forward, I think number one, we need to change our mindset. I recently watched a video with a lady stating that poor people have one mindset, middle class have another mindset, and wealthy people have a different mindset. And basically, poor people are working and striving to pay bills and to stay afloat. Middle class are striving to either save and or have a quality of life that looks like they're doing well. And then wealthy people are acquiring assets. They do not concern themselves with debt unless that debt is part of their assets. For instance, if they buy a building, that building is now giving them debt, right? Because it's not paid off. However, that building has 16 units in it. 16 units now give them rental property, right? So now they are making rent off of that property, although that is still considered a debt. Y'all following me? All right. So with that being said, it's about a mindset shift. I am all about freedom and flexibility. I want you to live your best life and have more freedom, have more flexibility. When you have more money and a lower cost of living, you have immediate freedom of some sort. Mental freedom, financial freedom, you know where I'm going with this? More freedom. So I want us to shift our mind. The debt that you have currently, do not allow that to stop you from moving forward. Put it in perspective. Understand what it is. Calculate it. Now come up with a plan. You can move tomorrow. If you are struggling trying to find you a place to live in the US, baby, you can go somewhere else tomorrow and find you a place to live. Give them the cash that you currently have, and you're going to get paid. So you're going to continue to be able to pay your bills. Not negating what you owe, but keeping in perspective, I can now create a plan to repay my debt, right? If your debt is excessive, number one, we want to ask ourselves, why I got so much debt? What had happened? Was it health concerns? Was it the fact that I'm just not good with money? I need a financial advisor to advise me on how to create budgets in my life? Is it because I was trying to take care of friends and family? Let's understand why we have so much debt, right? Then we can move forward. Then we can create the plan to repay that debt. If that debt is excessive, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, you may want to consider bankruptcy. And I know the good poor people or people who just have different mindsets, a lot of times being poor, because wealthy people don't have a problem filing bankruptcy. Their self-esteem, their being is not tied to the fact that, okay, I had to file bankruptcy. It may not be a pleasant experience, but I'm looking at it like, okay, this is giving me a reprieve to allow me to do the things I need to do. I've learned from my mistakes. Key, learn from your mistakes. I've learned from my mistakes, and I now have this opportunity to reset, relinquish that bankruptcy, and keep moving. Oftentimes, being able to rebuild credit faster. Now, I am not talking to anybody who's trying to run scams and trying to get over on, society, the world, whatever. I'm talking to the people who had a financial setback, got in a hole, trying to dig themselves out. They're doing the best that they can with what they got, but it's just not enough. Let go of the stigma behind bankruptcy. Don't nobody even need to know that you filed bankruptcy. File it, move on, create an action plan to move forward so you don't have to go back. The definition of insanity is to continue to do the same thing expecting a different result. If you continue to spend money like a fish and you don't have no plan so that you can, live in a healthy way moving forward, then okay, we not talking to you. You can stop listening right now. I am talking to the people who are feeling all this guilt and holding all of this negative energy around finances. Listen, I understand. I've been there. I have been broke. I have been on the verge of losing my house. And the minute I was like, you know what, let me shift gears, and I changed my mindset, the money showed up for me to keep it moving. I was able to sell my house. I was able to move forward. No, did it feel good? Absolutely not. But what I am saying to you is that if you have will, there is a way. And if you stop and do some reflection and look at your life, you can move forward and not take all the baggage with you. So we're going to sing Bag Lady right now, right? Bag Lady. Okay, I can't sing, but anyways, you get my point. Like, we're going to relinquish all the baggage that we're carrying. And oftentimes we are carrying baggage that doesn't even have anything to do with you. Like, because your mama thought a certain way, because your grandmother thought a certain way, because society has told you that you're irresponsible, that you're wrong, that you are not good with money. But it's not that you are irresponsible. Hell, 2 years ago, I went to the US from Mexico. Debt-free, baby, okay? Debt-free with serious money in the bank. Got stuck in the US, had to be in the hospital for 7 days. When they sent me an $84,000 bill, baby, for what? And you couldn't even tell me what was wrong with me. Huh? So let's just say I had to get on some financial assistance just to pay $84,000. What I'm saying to you is, do you think I'm sitting here worried about $84,000? No, because number one, it was not self-imposed. I had no idea I was going to wake up with some chest pains. She didn't even have a heart attack. They thought I had one. However, I didn't. But it still incurred $84,000. That's not a good time. I don't have nothing to show for it. I ain't got no clothes. I ain't got no house. I ain't got none of that to show for 84,000, right? I'm not about to sit here and be like, oh, well, me. Oh, me. I can't do nothing. No, I'm going to keep moving. You're going to have to get your money when I get it to you, because I'm not about to sit here and get more stress and feel like, oh, hell, I'm about to die because I'm stressed out about how in the world am I going to do this? No, I'm going to create an action plan. I'm going to continue to live in a healthy, vibrant situation where I feel good, because when I feel good, I attract good. I am able to make more money, and I can now repay you your $84,000. But y'all doing it backwards, because y'all sitting around like, okay, I got to pay this $84,000, which is making me feel horrible. And I just can't get up every day because I'm depressed about this $84,000. And now, what am I going to do? What you're going to do is acknowledge that you got $84,000 worth of debt. And if you don't have no way right now to do it, we are going to shift our mindset. We are going to call forward what it is that we desire to have, and we are going to focus on what we want and not what we don't want. We don't want debt. We don't want to feel this way. We don't want to be depressed. We don't want to be stuck. We want to be forward moving, right? So for that to happen, mindset needs to shift. First key thing, acknowledge what you cannot do. I don't got it. We got a whole president that filed bankruptcy 50,000 times, and you sitting up here worried about what you can't do. He ain't worried about that 50,000 times that he didn't file bankruptcy at all, period. Tell me where I'm lying. I'll wait. Okay, that's what I said. Let's move on. So with that being said, it is time for you to be serious about your situation. But being serious about your situation does not mean that you need to stay stuck. It just needs, okay, add it all up. See where you are. Some of y'all don't even know how much debt you have because you ain't even added it up, because you haven't acknowledged it. All you just doing is allowing this cloud to shift all over you and keep you stuck in your thinking. Add it up. Make it real. Now you can acknowledge it. That frees up space and energy that is now starting to attract a solution, a resolution to your problem. That's where we got to start. So if you are indeed not where you want to be, call your financial advisor. Oftentimes you can get a financial advisor and it doesn't cost you anything. They're going to take a rip off of what they get from you from creating this plan and your repayment. They'll take a percentage, right? That may be better than sitting and wallowing in your current situation. The other thing is start to look at, if you have the opportunity to work remote, or you currently have your own business and you can work on the internet and create money working on the internet, then maybe you need to start thinking about where you can go lower your cost of living and move forward while you create this plan to repay the debt. So I said all of this to encourage you wherever you are. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an attorney. But I have pulled myself out of large situations with lots of debt, running businesses, trusting and trying to believe in myself, and just, I acquired debt and I had to figure out a way, but I had to look at it first. And I just say, oh, that's tackle. I can tackle that. When I first moved to abroad in Korea, I was laid off for 8 months prior to going to Korea. So I had some debt. I didn't have $80,000 worth of debt, but I looked at how much I was going to be making in Korea. I looked at I didn't have any overhead in Korea because they paid for my rent. Only thing I paid for was my internet and my electricity bill. And so I had when they gave me my check, it was free and clear. I didn't owe anybody. And then I would just take my money and pay back what I owed, the credit cards I had. And when I left Korea, I had a plan because I knew exactly how much I was going to get from my pension. I knew how much I was going to get from my savings. And let me tell y'all something. I had to do a quick sale because I was about to go through foreclosure in my house that I owned prior to moving to Korea. And I sold the house before it went to foreclosure. So it was a quick sale. But for some reason, the government told me because I had a loan it was a grant that they gave me for the house, right? And they told me I had to repay it. So I had a payment plan while I was in Korea. I paid them their money. And before I left Korea, it was paid off. I got home and I got this letter stating you overpaid us by $4,000 because once you sold that house, you shouldn't have had to pay this money back. So I got a check for $4,000 upon arrival because I had made payments. I had a payment plan. I had paid off a debt I didn't even need to pay off. So it taught me how to pay off stuff. It taught me how to negotiate because I had to negotiate rates and all kinds of different things. So I'm saying all this to say, don't allow your current situation to trap you and keep your mental stuck in a place that you no longer need to be. Acknowledge where you are, let it go, create a plan, move forward. And when I do that, baby, energy starts moving. That stagnant energy that hasn't been moving all this time, and you've been sitting here trying to create all kinds of situations. Number one, the how is not none of your business. Let that go. Shift your mind. I'm worthy. All things happen for the good of me. And I am ready to move forward. And stuff will start to shift. So if you are planning on moving abroad and you need help, your girl can assist you. I've been doing this for 15 years. And I know a thing or two about some money and how to create energy and synergy around opening gaps to attract money, not create it, but to attract it. I'm the queen of some manifestation, okay? However, I'm telling you that if you got this video, it found you at this particular time, this is a time to let you know, shift your thinking, shift how you're moving, and allow the universe to give you the answers. You've been trying to figure out, how can I make more money so I can move abroad? How can I think about this debt that I have incurred and how it's weighing me down? That weight is not going to go away until you address it. Come up with a plan. And if you need help walking through that plan, I am glad to help you. I also know people who do help finances and debt consolidation people, and all the people who can help you work out money. So if I can't help you, I definitely can send you to someone who can help you. And so I say all that to say, don't let your current situation and circumstances prevent you from having the life of your dreams, because it's time to have more freedom, more flexibility, and to live your best life. You just have to get out your way. If you need help, the information is in the description. But if you are still stuck and you're still stuck in your mindset, nothing can help you until you change your mindset. That's real talk. So I send you nothing but love. I want to empower you to know that this didn't find you on accident, that the first step to moving forward is about acknowledging where you do not want to be. Don't worry about that and keep that at the forefront of your thought. Start thinking about where you do want to be. Create an action plan and move forward. So always remember to find your flow, follow your freedom, and drift deep. Until next time.